Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to hit the West Coast once again. We're going to fly all the way back to beautiful sunny California, mid-afternoon racing here at AutoCLub, the Mecum Auto Show 115, just around the corner. Open qualifying session just about halfway done. Track looks good, nice and cool with the cloudy day here today, keeping all the fans in the stands cool while watching the heat on the track. Speaking of the track, let's get ready to head trackside, throw some of those qualifying times up to the left hand side of your screen. But before we do, how you doing? How you feel out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us tonight once again. The A.S.M.R Hauck Designs Truck Series firing off race number 9. 4 weeks remaining. Who's gonna put themselves in that championship commanding lead? We're gonna find out after tonight's race. Qualifying times look a little something like this. Cody Schultz top of the speed charts for right now, snatching up the Premier Racing setup. Full award here. Quick time 40-34. Sorry, got a little bit dyslexic there, reading all the times and things like that. Sometimes numbers get switched around, but we're going to keep on rolling. How about Nick Brillo inside of the top 5 with his qualifying effort of 40 for Burlow. Daniel Jensen in solid top 5. Matt West, the 574, looking to turn around this week's race from a little bit of a rough go last week at Gateway. Christian Abate taking the checkered flag last week, had Gateway not in the field here tonight, unable to make the West Coast swing. So that's going to put Abate behind the 8 ball as we head to Watkins Glen. Can't afford to give up points this late in the season, but we'll see if Abate can't get it done when he hits the track once again. Looking for his 3rd win of the season, and there you can see it right there. Qualifying, 45 seconds remaining, nobody get a top Cody Schultz, and that's gonna do it. Qualifying in the back, we're gonna step trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And as the flyover finishes, we're going to get directly trackside. Look at that beautiful sunset back behind the front stretch. Field set, ready to roll, awaiting the official word from the boss man at the flag stand. And we'll get things rolling for tonight's Mecum Auto Show 115 for the A.S.M.R. Hauck Designs Truck Series, season number 10, iconic season for this league. Long-running sponsors joining us yet again this season. Huge shout out to each and every one of the sponsors all across the board. Without you, this wouldn't all be possible. Want to give a big shout out to all the fans in the stands and everybody back at home watching their favorite drivers as they get set for 230 miles of racing action. We're going to get down to it here. I tell you what, looks like we might have a little bit of time on our hands as we await Nick Burlow through pre-race inspection. Officials really looking over that right rear, right where that rear deck led in the spoiler, and they're going to allow him to come on through the shock top, number 51, going to make it to the starting grid. And we're going to get ready to fire things up here tonight as we get set to roll. Hey man, the anticipation's killing myself. I don't know about you guys at home, but nonetheless, producers ready to roll. We're ready to ride. West Coast swing here tonight. Race number 9 here in season number 10. We're set to begin the Mecum Auto Show 115. Starting inside row number 1, snatching his first pole position of the season behind the wheel of that number 5. Fast forward to F-150, the Busch Apple. Cody Schultz will bring us to the green flag. Alex Wiggins going to line up just beside him. Nick Burlow, Daniel Jensen back in row number 2 here tonight. Row number 3, Dave Gage looking to turn a dismal season around here on the west side. Can the Florida native get it done on the opposite side of the map? We'll find out tonight inside in the 5th position. Rashidabati just to his outside. Nicholas Wing, Michael Overstreet, row number 4, back in row number 5. Zach Miller, Matt West, Jake Dofing, Brian Tranowski. Finish out your top 12 with Andrew McConville and Patrick Coro. Finishing out the field, the 89 of Jeffrey Engel and that Turner Trucking Company number 89 machine. Ready to lay it on the line. Pace truck gonna dunk off. Music gonna fade away, and we'll let these drivers unleash the beast for the first time here tonight. How long of a green flag run will we see? Away we go as green flag flies for the first time here at AutoCLub. Clean through turn number 1. Something we're going to talk an awful lot about here tonight is the width, the lines, the different runs that these drivers can take. There you can see still 2-3 wide as they work their way through 3 and 4 first time poles. So they're going to lead them back across up close and personal out of turn number 4 across the line, and Cody Schultz will lead. We're going to grab one position on the start of tonight's race. Still side-by-side racing. Dave Gage going at it. That's for the 4th and 5th position on the racetrack. A little more action back in the back as Jeffrey Engel going to pick up 2 spots early here tonight. Move the 89 to the 11th position. Down to the inside, taking a look at the race lead. Nick Burlow going to find some ground. Walking up the top of the racetrack, new race leader, front of the field as we take lap number 3. Nick Burlow going to be our official new race leader. 2 quick leaders tonight's race. And for all you gamblers out there, we don't have many more to go before you can cross that X off your list. Let's see whose parlay gets thrown away here tonight very early. Lap number 3, Fuel Get a Snake out of 2 and down the backstretch. A lot of drivers within striking distance as we complete lap number 3. 4 gonna go on the board. There you can see that Bucky's number 45, machine of Christian Avanti. Just as qualifying was coming to a close, so Abati able to make a run here. We'll see. Are we missing somebody on our scoring charts, guys? Into that later, but we're gonna keep it right here side by side for position onto the field. Daniel Jensen shot at him again and working his way through the field as lap number 5. Is going over there to the left hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite. Still jockeying for positions, looking for a third different leader very early here tonight. Two, 3 wide in the back of the field. You can see Avanti and Nicholas Wynn going at it. Jake Dofing right there sitting in 9th. Lowe says they wash up out of 4. Some very close racing action coming off of the exit of turn number 4. We're going to stay drag racing here for your race. Lead to number 5. And Cody Schultz, your premier racing setup pole aboard. We're going to fade back to 3rd at 93. Michael Overstreet. The wings Overstreet looking for win number 2. Driver way up to the top side of the racetrack, already testing the Larson line. I believe that's going to be the 38 of Zach Miller. Let's get a little closer look, guys. Can we get a little closer to the track? Right there, you can see. Yes, indeed it is. The Burger King, number 38 machine. Look at him up there, man. Ripping the whip here at AutoCLub. Love to see that high line at work. Wow, that Larson line up now. Harry Gant line high, wide, and handsome. That's where the moniker originated, and here laying it out. Almost on the boards. Getting into the entry of turn number 3. 38 going to keep it wound up at the top side of the racetrack. Continue that push towards the front. Nick Burlow able to keep the race lead away from Daniel Jensen, but that battle has not subsided. Gonna take a look back here at the front. Onboard camera shot just over the left front of the man sitting in that second position. The fast forward F-150 of Daniel Jensen looking to get that push for the front. Oh, and into the wall. Pancakes that right front. Hard impact there. And that's what the arrow will do to these trucks. That late corner exit, you get a little bit of a push conditioned out of the racetrack. And oh, into the wall. There's the trouble for that 38 of Zach Miller. That high line. Yes, it can go, but it can also scrub off some speed. A little bit of the right side of the trunk, but still 3 wide here, pushing to the front. Zach Miller now up 4 positions as he looks for 2 more. And man, he's got it. Love to see it. That 38 up 5 positions down. Gonna close in on those top 3 who will get a 3-wide battle amongst themselves. Things heating up quickly here at AutoCLub. Lights slowly beginning to turn on here at the track. These drivers are going to have to deal with a little bit of track conditions changing as the sun continues to set in the background. Diving it deep to the high side once again. They're going to fan out on the bottom 2, 3 wide. Here comes Miller. Gonna back up just a little bit as we head to one of our turn 3 drone cams here tonight. Gonna try to catch a little bit more of the action at once if we can. We do apologize for the far away shots, but we're 3 wide for the top spot with drivers closing in. Nobody can really break away here tonight. We're still all within about a second of each other. Your top 8 all within 1 second. Man, this field absolutely laying it all out there on the line. We're going to continue to watch as things unfold at the front. Nick Burlow leads them right off of 4. They're just turning in. We work our way around the track on lap number 12. We have still got over 70 laps of racing remaining, but by the look of it, you couldn't tell these drivers that they were going at it early here tonight. 2-3 wide racing multiple times. New battle for the race. The premier racing setup for the award winner. He wants that top spot once again. Cody Schultz looking to the bottom of the racetrack. Burlow gonna go to the top with Overstreet looking to the middle. Big run to the high side once again for Overstreet, as well as Miller kicking up a little bit of dust. He caught a little bit of that outside wall, but let's talk about this man on screen for a moment. Dave Gage in that 404. Bottom of the racetrack, making some headway. And Overstreet needs just needs a good push, right? That's all you got to do to kind of kick the momentum off and get that track forward. Winston Gage on the outside of your top 10, looking in. With only 3 more weeks left, I mean, till we crown a champion, we have tonight's race in 3 more weeks. We crown a season 10 champion. There's no more time to wait. There's no more time to really build the momentum. It has to start now, or you may find yourself at Homestead without the opportunity to fight for the season 10 championship. Right now, you're top 10 as we head into tonight's race. All mathematically still alive. You start to get into that 12th, 13th range in the point standings, and that's where things start to get a little bit stretched. The odds are heavily against you. You're going to have to go on a heck of a winning streak. And I mean all 4 weeks. With some drivers. Notable championship contender tonight's field, Doug Argerbright, the LA Kid, last season's defending champion. Not in tonight's race. He's going to drop outside of the top 10 more than likely with missing tonight's race. So he's got a huge uphill battle, but to try to conquer, to give himself an opportunity. But we hit Homestead in a handful of weeks. But enough about the points. Let's get back to the racing. Let's get a little bit closer to the track if we can. Burlow continues to show the way. Cody Schultz sitting in second by Street followed by Alex Wiggins and Zach Miller going to round out your top 5. Dave Gage sitting right there in that 6th position. He's got the 3. Nicholas Jensen up in him. Whoa, in big trouble for Gage. Holy. Somebody's gonna need a new driver's suit after that. Holy jeez, did you see Dave Gage? My goodness. If we get an opportunity at some point in time inside this race, we may have to go try to see if we can't land in at that moment, because biggest save that I have seen in 10 years of being with iRacing.com. He completely wrecked it. He just did not crash. Right in front of a handful of drivers, he did it from 6th position. And somehow everybody hated him. Horseshoes and shamrocks may be inside of some of these drivers' pockets, rabbit foot or not. We've got battles at the front of this field. Once again, the truck's going to tangle for the top spot. Nick Burlow continues to run that second lane here, as the 93 of Michael Overstreet has kind of adapted to that high line run that we've seen utilized by Zach Miller earlier here tonight. Miller falling back to that 5th position now. Still a net gain of 4 positions for Miller. A great run to the front with the fresh tires on that high line. Overstreet making it work for him. He's going to secure that 2nd position. Head down to the bottom of the racetrack as lap number 20 goes on the board here tonight. And starting to see a tale of a handful of different races here tonight. We've got a breakaway at the front of this field. The top 4 have begun to separate themselves just a little bit. You can see Zach Miller kind of in no man's land right now, with Nicholas Wing not too far behind him. A bit of a gap back to Christian Abate, who's got Daniel Jensen just kind of hanging on to that draft. And let's think about this too, race fans. 10 laps ago. 10 laps ago. Daniel Jensen was battling for the race lead. That's how quickly the switch can be flipped. Dave Gage inside of the top 6, now back in 12th. Big moment. We've seen what happened to Gage. He's got a lot to recover, but he's got a long way to go as well. So that's going to benefit him as the time remaining in tonight's race. As we stay green flag here, time's ticking. 85 laps. I have no idea. You know what? We're gonna... If you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, well, catch me if you can. We're gonna head back to the front. Battle for the race lead continues as 4 cars have broken away from the field. Cody Schultz, your pole sitter here tonight, looking for his first win of the season, sitting 16th in the points coming into tonight's race. The opportunity for that season championship has kind of dissipated and disappeared. 4 weeks left, just a little bit too far behind to overcome, so it's all about the trophies now for that fight. And what that benefits you as a driver is it relieves a lot of pressure. Right, you don't have to worry about, well, if I run too hard, what's that going to do for me next week? He knows he can go out there and lay it all on the line, throw whatever strategies he wants, because at the end of the day, it's all about checkered flags. Majority of this field, we've got 15 drivers in the field here tonight. Majority of these drivers could potentially already be points racing there is no chase. There is no playoffs. It's old school style season points racing. Alex Wiggins coming into tonight's race. He's sitting in third right now. Wiggins with an 11-point advantage over Christian Abate, who's back in 7. Michael Overstreet knotted up with him. He's sitting up right there in second, so Overstreet looking to make some headway. A lot of big moving parts with the point standings. We'll get to some of that if we can a little bit later on as we continue tonight's live coverage. Lap number 25 underway, back into 3. Field follows your race leader Nick Burlow in that shock top number 51. You know, let's take a moment to talk about and highlight the man leading this field here tonight. He has been the dominant truck at the front. We've had 3 different race leaders so far here tonight. He has been able to grab the top spot and keep a hold of it, while his fellow competitors, excuse us, they may have tried, but they all have faltered and failed, and some of them has fallen back towards the mid-pack already here tonight. Burlow, one of the drivers that has been just on the precipice. Is that a good word? Yeah, you like that? Okay. On the precipice of that race win. At one point in time, Burlow was slotted in with a 100% top 10 finishing rate and a 100% top 10 finishing, top 5 finishing rate. There were only 2 drivers that were able to do that for multiple weeks into the season. Nick Burlow, Nicholas Wing stood with a good season. Burlow looking for a little bit more out of his points opportunity here tonight. I mean, this is the way to do it. This is the way to show that these good finishes, these great runs as of late, they're no fluke. For Burlow to make a statement here tonight, and it looks like we've got green flag pit stops underway. Green flag pit stops. We got trouble contact, drivers sliding through the grass, big issues on the pit road. Ooh, 9 looks a little quick. Oh my. Pit road, very busy place as everybody comes down pit road except for Alex Wiggins. And this could turn out to be a blessing in disguise for Wiggins, really, if you think about it here. I mean, a lot of issues and a lot of troubles for guys coming to pit road all together. He's got a clean shot, nobody in front, nobody behind. He can focus on the braking points. And a nice smooth entry here. Wiggins on pit road, he'll complete the green flag pit cycle. Christian Abate going to be the first driver off of pit road, picking up multiple positions here. Pitting on lap number 12 was Jeffrey Engel. A little bit of trouble for Engel early here tonight. He's going to fall 7 laps down. Early trouble for the 28. Off of pit road is the 11. Will he be able to keep that 45 behind? Nope. Short work, short-lived. Run at the front. As Abate going to become our 5th different race leader here tonight so quickly. Breaking the Gambler's Hall. Abate Gonna become our newest race leader here tonight. You gotta watch out, given that Bucky's 45 a comfortable, demanding race lead. He's got 1.2 seconds on the field. Daniel Jensen turning his night around after a good pit stop. Jensen gonna run in that 4th position. Cody Schultz still inside of your top 5. So the Busch Light Mobiles running not nose to tail, but tracking closely with each other and all over the back end of that 11 of Wiggins. Rear view mirror full, 2-3 wide. Nope, not going to look to the inside is Schultz. He's going to stay back behind these two drivers as we head through 3 and 4 side by side. 4 at the bottom of the racetrack. Now making a move to the top. Not going to clear the 11 just yet. Now give it to them as they make the restart zone. Back across the line. Lap number 32 on the board. Battle for the race lead. Absolutely new race leader. That's going to be our 6th different leader of tonight's race. Michael Overstreet going to take the top spot away from Chris Shinobati. Daniel Jensen taking over 3rd, with Alex Wiggins sliding back to 4th. 5th place tonight, Cody Schultz, Nick Burlow, Zach Miller, Andrew McConville, Dave Gage, and Patrick Coro. Round out your top 10. Top 5 now opening things up on the field here tonight. 3 3/4 second advantage for Cody Schultz over Nick Burlow. So your top 5 can pretty much be content to kind of log some laps here. We ain't taking it easy. We hunting the front. The number 4. Looking to lead a lap here. He's going to head to the high side on Overstreet. Jensen and Overstreet battle for the top spot. Abonte, Wiggins, and Schultz kind of just hang out. 3rd through 5th, letting the battle unfold out in front of them. 2 very distinct lines out of 2. Both going to hold serve. About the power move at the top of the racetrack, man. Daniel Jensen gets it done. Gonna take the position away. We're gonna take a little look back off of the Snake River Racing. Number 4 Busch Light for the Farmers. Ford F-150 now sitting at the front of the field. New race leader, your 7th of the night here tonight. The Become Auto Show 115. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to put it out there. Got into some of Dave's cookies, but we couldn't quite add correctly. I have no idea how we came up with 115. That should be the Mikamano 170, so we do apologize, Mikam, for the mistake. But nonetheless, we're going to have to push on through as we continue tonight's race here live from AutoCLub. A little bit of a look back at off of the tail end of a handful of these race cars as we join the Bucky's number 45 machine. Looking back at the 11 of Alex Wiggins. Looking to the inside with the Never Forget 911 Patriotic Tribute. On board with that Chevy Silverado. We'll go side by side through 3 and 4. No real advantage for either driver as they make their way back across the line. Now, and thank you to the hard-working graphics department just over my right shoulder, making sure that everything fixed up for the sponsors and the viewers at home. So as we begin to reach the midway point, right around the corner, I want to take a moment out of tonight's race to make sure we give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors across the board, title and series sponsors. Hauck Designs back on board for a 10th year in a row as the title and series sponsor. If you're in the market, if you're looking for a new ride, you need a new wrap, maybe just a helmet, looking to spice up, spiff up your pit crew, and get it all done at Hauck Designs. You can check them out on Facebook as well as Instagram. That's Hauck Designs. Huge shout out to our qualifying, the sponsor, our pole sponsor for the season, as well as a affiliate channel sponsor. Big huge shout out to everybody back at PremierRacingSetups.com stable. The longest setup shop for iRacing.com. They got something to suit all of your needs, whether it's the open wheels all the way to the rally cars. They got something for it all. You're looking for those few extra hundreds. Maybe you need some tents. Looking for a little coaching. They've got it all over there. You can check them out at PremierRacingSetups.com or click the link down in the description. Head right over to the website. Check out what those guys have got. Huge shout out as well to Butt Kicker, their haptic transducers. Put the beneath your feet. The future is feeling. Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. Final shout out to, well, the crew. Everybody back at Turn 3. We appreciate each and every one of you working hard behind the scenes to be able to get these broadcasts off and bring the action to the masses. We appreciate all the hard work back behind the scenes, as well as all of these drivers showing up week in, week out, where their teams bringing their rides, laying it all out on the line. Without you guys, this would not be possible. So we do appreciate each and every one of you. So while we were at that halfway point, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation, and be sure to drop them a thumbs up before you go here tonight. So all that out the way, we're gonna head back to the front. The race lead. 6 laps ago, unable to shake the 93 of Overstreet. About 10 laps away from our second round of green flag pit stops. We're going to have to keep in mind, race fans, these drivers only have 5 sets of tires. They are already on set number 2, just 3 more. Back behind pit wall, they're going to have to pick up tires when they come and get fuel. But it will not be enough to get to the end. They're going to have to make at least 2 more stops. But with that final stint a little shorter, do we maybe see somebody possibly short pit here? We are over the halfway point with an opening green flag run. Could we see a strategy from one of the drivers, maybe on the outside of the top 5, looking in at the point standings? Drivers like Jake Dofi, Patrick Corin, race leader Daniel Jensen. Jensen's in a little bit of a tough spot, though. If you think about it, you're leading the race. If you go to short pit, you're pretty much going to pull the rest of the field down with you. Maybe not necessarily that lap, but it's hard to pull. It's hard to pull the short pit running at the front, or in the front, being the leader. We'll get it right. You know what I mean. Everybody knows my brain, that it doesn't function so easily sometimes. You know what? Never. We're not going to explain. top 5 stepping away. We do have a battle for that 5th position. Let's go back here. Let's take a little look at a battle between two former race leaders here tonight. That round of green flag pit stops really set them back. The Bucky's number 45 sits in that 5th position. Nick Berlin is dominating at the front and led about 20 of the opening 28 laps. It really is just fighting for an opportunity to get back inside the top 5. We had action at the front before the pit stops. We've had action at the front since the pit stops. 4 trucks continue to go at it for the race lead. Alex Wiggins will try his hand. Cody Schultz going to fall into that 4th position with Michael Overstreet moving to the high side in 3rd. And with an impressive run at the front of this field, we have drivers that are in danger of falling off of the lead. Not even a Patrick Coro struggling with a little bit of pace here tonight. Coro sitting in 10th position. Final driver on the lead lap. But the race leaders, they're closing in rather quickly here, just about 7 seconds away from Coro, who's looking to outlast the fuel run here. We are only about, I would say about 5 to 10 laps away from our second round of green flag pit stops. So can he hang on long enough? We're going to find out as we've got Alex Wiggins back to the point once again. 7 different race leaders here tonight from AutoCLub Speedway for the Weekend Auto Show 170. Race number 9 for the A.S.M.R. Hauck Designs Truck Series, season number 10. 7 different race leaders, man. That is a ton of drivers at the front of the field. That is almost half of the field. Almost half of this field has led a lap. That just lets you know as well. That lets you know the caliber and level of talent from these drivers. As we reach just 36 laps remaining, we do have our first retirement of the night, Matt West. In the 574, gonna go back behind the wall. Mechanical issues is the word. We're gonna see if we can get a little bit more detail on what may have happened with that 574. Brian Turnowski listed multiple laps down after early trouble here tonight. Engel also on the base, early trouble, multiple laps down, back on pit road once again. I'm seeing a little bit of a trend right now. The only driver that has bucked this trend here tonight has been that shock top number 51 of Nick Berlo, who has successfully been able to pass the 45 of Christian Avanti and separate himself a little bit, about a 3/4 of a second gap now back to Avanti. So Berlo definitely's got some pace, one of the fastest drivers on the track. We're going to check the lap times this time around. Can we get those last lap times up there? Let's let them refresh as they're all going to press. Start the finish line, 42.55 for the race leader, 42.58, 68 for Burlow. So a little bit slower that time. Through that shot top 51 machine. But he's been the only driver that has been able to get out front, walk away, and then manage that gap and stay out front when the big charge has presented itself. Everybody else we've seen a little bit of a yo-yo, a little bit of that accordion effect. They kind of get out there, and then the 3 or 4 drivers behind them reel them right back in. We get 2 to 3 hard-nosed laps of racing side by side, 3 wide, and then we get new drivers leading the race and showing around this beautiful sprawling track that is AutoCLub. Going to be much different when we see it in a handful of years. AutoCLub going would it be a revitalization, guys? Or renovation? Would it be a reconfiguration? There you go. Going to be a much smaller track. Going to look way different than what we've become accustomed to and used to, but I think it's going to lend its hand to some amazing racing still. The site of an old steel plant is where they built this track. It has just been NASCAR's history ever since it was brought forth. So as we do hate to see some of the racing go away from AutoCLub for a moment, we anticipate the return to the West Coast. But we get through racing here tonight, but nonetheless, lap number 55 on the board, and now Wiggins starting to open things up. Barlow not really able to close in right now. Still a handful of seconds behind. Lap number 56 going to go on the board this time around. Any moment now, we could see drivers begin their next round of green flag pit stops. Brian Tomasi going to bring the attention of the pit crew. Full tires and fuel. Green flag racing here tonight. All 56 laps we have been. Green flag racing, one round of green flag pit stops behind us. The second just around the corner. Watching the closest battle on track. The second through fourth, all pacing with each other. Patrick Coro going to give up the fight as the 91 going to head down to pit lane. The Frosty Nick Burlow, Dave Gage going to follow suit and head to pit road this time around. We'll see if the short pit benefits Burlow and Gage if they make any headway on your top 4 who have just kind of slowly became the class of the field, right? They just kind of, after that round of green, that first opening green flag pit stop, they just kind of separated themselves from the field and just haven't looked back since. Look like we've got some slow trucks at a turn 4. Wiggins, Overstreet, Schultz, Jensen, all to pit road. So your top 4 all to pit road together. Kareem Shadamati going to join him back in the background. You can see him heading down pit road. There goes the 3 of Nicholas Swing. He's going to head down pit road. The 38 of Zach Miller also on pit lane. So Nick Burlow, one of the first drivers to make that pit stop. Let's see how Burlow goes here, man. This is going to be interesting. He has not lost lap this field, so that short pit. Oh, we could be wrong here. Alex Wiggins gets on and off of pit road quickly, but second through fourth gonna stumble just a little bit. And here comes a big run from Burlow. He'll take second as they head into third, getting up to speed though. One lap pressure tires in the 5 of Cody Schultz. Keep the draft. Can he stay on pace with that 51? He's going to bring the 4 along with him, as well as the 93 of Michael Overstreet. Can these 4 truck drivers work together and reel in race leader Alex Wiggins now out to a 3-7 advantage? Biggest race lead we've seen all night. Will that be enough clean air to keep his fellow competitors at bay? Man, Wiggins was quick. Great pit stop by the pit crew, man, for Alex Wiggins, setting him up for success. You can see the inside pass being made by your Premier Racing setup. Schultz gonna grab that second position, but now these guys, they've got to work together if they're gonna want to reel in Wiggins. You can't battle 2-3 wide and expect to run down the race lead. Not here at AutoCLub. It's not going to happen. These guys are going to have to get their game together if they're going to want to run down Wiggins at the front, as we jump on board now with Nick Burlow. We're running in that third position just behind that Busch Light Apple. Then 5 Cody Schultz. Daniel Jensen right behind him, so splitting the... Well, we got a battle with the breweries. I was going to say splitting the two beers. Yeah, but we've got 3 of them. So it's a battle with a brew. Does that... Anybody else thirsty? Does that make anybody thirsty, or is that just me? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Funny thing. True story. You can ask anybody over at the net. I don't even drink. Like, when we go to Pocono every year for our Turn 3 get-together, our gathering, if you will, they gotta coerce me. They gotta convince me. Not gonna say, you know what, we're gonna stop there. Already mentioning David the Cookies here tonight, so you get the drift. We are in Cali, so maybe gonna be hitting up one of those special shops as we head away from the racetrack and head to the Glen back across the country. So we're gonna need something to hold that flight. We've got 23 laps remaining and no longer of a runway alone. Alex Wiggins, he's gonna see half of that advantage go away in the blue. Schultz damage. Nick Burlow beginning to close in. And how about Christian Abbasi closing up on Michael Overstreet? Let's take a little look at this 2-truck battle here. Fifth and sixth on the racetrack, but not too far off of those top 4. These 2 drivers could find themselves still in the mix for an opportunity at a race where we're down to just 22 laps to go, 21 when we cross the line. Man, this is where it gets tough. Drivers have been able to go about 28 laps on fuel. We're unaware if that has been stretching the fuel. Owen Burlow gonna get tied up behind the lap machine. Burlow gonna get tied up behind Patrick Corrow at the high side, and he's gonna lose some ground. Cody Schultz, Daniel Jensen gonna be able to step out just a little bit here. Still a hot and heavy battle between these 3 drivers for position. Street opens things back up over Abati. So with 21 laps to go, still a lot of racing on the line, still a lot of action yet to come here at the Mikimoto 170. For the A.S.M.R Hauck Designs Truck Series race number 9 here in season number 10. Drivers have been able to run about that 28 lap fuel window. We're not so sure on how far they can stretch it. They came to pit road on lap 57. So we're assuming nobody's going to have to hit pit road once again. We're assuming everybody's got enough. But was that with a little bit of saving that they were able to go so far? Are they saving anything now? Less than 20 to go. It's hard to think that anybody's holding anything back. And I can tell you right now, the only guy that might be holding a little bit of something back might be Alex Wiggins. I mean, he had a 3-second advantage. We're now seeing it down to just a 1-second advantage. He has the ability to see the drivers coming. Has he taken a couple of laps easy on the tires to maybe give himself a little bit more of an advantage to try to defend the top spot coming to the checkpoint? As a crew chief, I'm telling my driver, once we've got a gap, at about a 2-second gap, regardless of the track, it's all right, man. Let's manage these tires now. Let's manage this gap. The gap falls down to a second. I'll let you know. But until then, just hit your marks, nice and smooth. I don't need anything extra out of you. Just make some good laps, and we'll get through this thing. So the crew chief, the spotters, they act as coaches as well. How well are the drivers listening beneath the helmet and inside the seat? That's a question all into itself. As Michael Overstreet has been able to run down Nick Burlow, man, that battle that we've seen as Burlow got stuck behind the lap machine. It now has put Burlow in a situation where he's going to have to fight for that 4th position, and he has lost touch with Schultz and Jensen running in 3rd. That has allowed Wiggins to manage the gap a little bit better at the front. "15 laps to go will we cross the line this time around in the Mikimoto Show 170 here from AutoCLub Speedway. Full green flag racing all night long. It has been one heck of a night of racing indeed. And we're going to go back up here. Let's go back to 2nd and 3rd, because this podium hasn't been decided. We could see a late race caution should these drivers get a little extra racing. But what we're seeing at the front, I don't want to say the cream rising to the top, because Alex Wiggins, he's only been to victory lane one time so far this season. But what he does have is the best top 5 finishing percentage in the field. 78% percentage of finishing in the top 5. 89% of the time finishing inside the top 10. somewhat of a model of consistency. If he's not the front runner, he is a front runner. And that has afforded him an 11 points lead coming into tonight's race. Looking to build and compound the problems for his competitors by stacking the points here tonight. Can he keep the clean sweep away from that 5 of Cody Schultz? 0.2 of a second gained in the past 2 laps. If they continue the pace up, Schultz and Jensen will get there. We could see a 3-truck battle for the race win by the time we get to the end. I'm no Nostradamus, I can't tell you it's gonna happen. The math works for it. We'll see if it works for the drivers. The 2 Bushmobiles still battling it out, second and third on the racetrack. Michael Overstreet also going at it with Nick Burlow for 4th and 5th. Christian Abati able to go up and around. Lap machine to try to see if he can't run that down. Burlow for the final spot inside of the top 5. He's going to be hard pressed to make up that gap, though. It's about a 3-second gap. 11 laps to go. Abati. It may finish on the outside of the top 5 here tonight after a great showing early. But as the sun set, the lights flipped on. The pace kind of went away for that Bucky's number 45 machine. Looking to walk away at the front. He's building that lead once again. Behind the wheel of that. Never forget 911. Patriotic tribute. Alex Wiggins. And I'm telling you, going strong here at the end of the season. Much different animal next week when we hit Watkins Glen. So we'll see which road course ringer has got an ace up their sleeve. And able to put it on them. Next week at the road course. Can't wait to get to that one, man. Always a sold out show. All of the infield and all of the camping always sold out at Watkins Glen. Just an amazing atmosphere. I wouldn't quite say it's at a Talladega Boulevard level. Not quite the Pocono level either. But I would say it's right there with the Bristols and the Charlotte. As far as the atmosphere, the fun at the racetrack, just an absolute blast at Watkins Glen International Raceway. Can't wait till we hit the track next week we gotta turn right. 48. 8 laps to go. Race leader Wiggins enjoys a 0.6 of a second advantage. Pole sitter Cody Schultz right there with Daniel Jensen in tow. Top 3 stepped away. Overstreet dealing with Burlow. We've got battles all through. Your top 5, Krishnavati. Just a little too far out of touch to do anything there. You can see that yellow. Bucky's number 45 work his way off to just about a half a straightaway away from your race leader. And it may be enough. Wiggins may very well just have enough in the tank to finish this thing off, man. Heck of a job and a heck of a run all night long. Calm, cool, collected at the front of the field, looking to collect yet another checkered flag. Alex Wiggins leading the field. Through 3 and 4, we'll work our way through the trial and back across the line with just 6 laps remaining in tonight's Auto Show 170 for the A.S.M.R Hauck Designs Truck Series. Some great racing all night long. We're going to have just about 10 miles of racing action remain as the boss man of the flag stand going to give the high five, the 5-finger salute. We're going to see 5 laps remaining here tonight from AutoCLub. And really just, again, some great racing action all night long. We had great battles for the race lead. Some amazing battles for positions inside of the top 5. Pit road entry on our first green flag pit cycle. Wild and crazy. We had drivers sliding through the grass. Drivers looking like they were too fast. Drivers into the back of each other. A lot going down here as we'll finish the night off under the lights here from AutoCLub Speedway. We got a driver around on the front stretch. Oh no, the 28. Clarence Nelson going to spin down to the inside. Race officials going to keep us green flag racing with just 4 to go. Down and out of the way. They say there's no issues, no problem. We'll keep it lit up. And a few of these drivers may have been praying to see that caution for an opportunity, and there it is. Caution will fly. Caution will fly here tonight. We will have a restart. Oh boy. Anything I said about strategy, anything I may have said about a possible outcome, take it, ball it up, burn it, throw it out the window. Everything changes. Everything in anything can really happen now. I would expect to see all of these truck drivers down pit road for fresh Goodyear tires. I don't expect to see too many 2-tire stops. I would expect everybody going to pick those 4 fresh Goodyears for this restart. I mean, that's almost a full fuel run on the left side. I just don't see a 2-tire stop working. Pit road open this time around. What does the field do? Wiggins gonna wait to the last moment, not gonna catch anybody slipping. He will come down pit road. Everybody on the lead lap gonna head down pit road. So with that being said, we're gonna take this opportunity to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay some of the sponsor bills to keep the lights on. You know how that goes. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your finish here from AutoCLub. And back live trackside as promised, not missing any of the action here tonight. Field back into turns 3 and 4. Pace truck lights out and we're ready to roll for what could be our only attempt at a green-white checker. Will we see more problems as drivers will push the limits? We're going to get ready to roll once again. Pace truck in. We head to the Geico restart zone. Up and on it as green flag flies once again here from AutoCLub. Christian Amati going to try to take that truck from third to first. Here comes Burlow on the bottom of the racetrack looking for fourth. 3 wide. Back through sixth. Nose to tail as they work their way through 1 and 2. Cody Schultz, your pole sitter, back at the front. That first pit stall definitely brings a bit of a benefit at the end here tonight for Cody Schultz. We got no problems, looking, praying, hoping we get to the line. White flag flies, final lap. As Cody Schultz leads the way, we're going to drop that timing scoring for this last final along with your favorite driver. We've got a lot on the line, a lot going down. Wiggins and Abati going at it, second and third. They're still chasing after Schultz coming out of turn number 2, back down the back stretch once again. Drag race for second and third. Burlow secures fourth. Here comes Jensen looking at the bottom. Burlow gonna cut that off. Still Schultz out front will come out of 4. Nobody gonna challenge him, and your pole sitter will walk away with a checkered flag here tonight. Cody Schultz gets it done after the late race of restart. That Busch Light at number 5 will celebrate in victory lane here tonight. What a sight to see here at AutoCLub, as we'll see the fireworks going off in the background. Just an absolute amazing job. The 5 gonna get it done. Your race winner here in week number 9 for the first time this season. The first time he's able to get there and gets it done with a late race restart. Man, sweet ending for the driver. That is one hell of a finish, one hell of a feeling, and we're gonna see one hell of a celebration right here on the front stretch. Still got fireworks going off in the background. Man, he's got to be feeling good. Burning it down for the fans in the stands. Cody Schultz is going to walk away with the race win here tonight. We're going to step away for just a brief break. Get things set up and ready to go for your post-race show. Don't go. We'll be right back. And back live trackside here from Auto Club Speedway at the conclusion of tonight's Mecum Auto Show 170 for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Truck Series. Yet another barn burner in the bag for us. So we're going to jump right into the post race show. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the man that walked away in third with a great podium show here tonight. Behind the wheel of that number 11 machine, Alex, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Well, man, you kind of have become accustomed to these post race shows. You're gonna add on to that amazing top 5 percentage. Gonna add on to that top 10 percentage as well. Gonna possibly increase that points lead as we head into the road course next week. How you feeling coming to the end of the season? How you feeling about the way tonight's race unfolded?
I feel good about the rest of the season. The last 3 tracks I've normally been pretty good at, but I think Christian's slowly chipping away at the points lead, so that's getting smaller and smaller, and he's awesome at road courses, so we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, man, we've got ourselves a handful of weeks to go. We mentioned the Glen next week. We're gonna hit, I believe it is Richmond, and then we're gonna set sail down to Florida for the championship race. Do you think you got what it takes to be the season 10 championship winner?
I'd like to confidently say yes, but I don't know. It's going to be tough. Tonight was I was slow in practice. Somehow got second in qualifying and was going to win until late and wound up third. So I'll honestly take it. And if we can end up like that the last 3 weeks, I think I should hopefully be okay.
Well, man, if you got any lack of confidence, just look our way. We've got plenty of confidence in you, and we expect to be talking to you at Homestead. I'm not gonna go ahead and put you in the championship title yet. I don't want to jinx you that bad, but we're gonna say we're gonna be talking in post race in Miami. I'll leave it at that. A hell of a job here tonight to walk away with third after a late race restart. But before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous, love yous.
Just you doing the broadcast, this whole admin team that puts this show together, and everybody else that comes out races every week.
Well, man, hell of a job, hell of a finish. We'll look forward to seeing you next week at the Glen. But until then, my friends, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away in third here tonight. Alex Wiggins going to finish out the podium for tonight's race, and that's going to lead us right along to the man that walked away second here tonight. We're going to see if we can't dial him up and have a few words with the man behind that Bucky's number 45 machine. Christian, it's Dave. Man, how you been? How you doing? And how you feeling after that second place finish?
Take it.
He says, whatever.
I mean, after running just outside the top 5 all day, I'll take the second place. Definitely benefit from the late race caution there. It was definitely up right before that happened. I was fine taking the 6th place where I was, so I was just kind of waiting to see who was going to run out of fuel at the end there. But yeah, I did not have the pace tonight. Couldn't hit the fuel number, so off night for me. But this wasn't one of the strong tracks of mine, so
Well,
take it and minimize the damage limitation there.
yeah, well, I mean, in the recent weeks, we've kind of discussed the racetracks coming up down the line throughout the course of the rest of the season. You've mentioned Auto Club, not necessarily your style of track, but next week is the track that yourself and most other drivers are looking for you to be the guy to beat at Watkins Glen. So coming off of a good finish that you maybe didn't think you were going to get here tonight, do you think that helps, hinders, or anything heading into next week?
No, I mean the confidence is still there. I mean I know that I'm definitely the guy to beat, so expectation is high there. So it's either win or go home basically at this point. I mean I know I know that that's my strength, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll get it wrapped up pretty quickly.
Well, man, you got short time. You got a lot of work. Well, not a lot of work. You're getting a little bit of ground in the point standings after a good solid second place showing here tonight. But still, man, short time. We gotta go. And before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Just thanks, Dave, for putting the broadcast on. I'm sure tonight was interesting for sure, with everyone doing a little bit of a fuel strategy race. And thanks to A.S.M.R for putting on the events. I mean, again, it's you can run super close with all the guys, and it's really good respect. I mean, that was a heck of a battle between myself and Wiggins on that last restart there. So, props to him. I know the win got probably ripped away from him tonight, but nevertheless, it's all good stuff.
Always a class act and always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things, Christian. Until next time, my friends, stay safe and keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away second. And not necessarily your road course ringer, maybe the road course king. Next week at the Glen, Christian Abati holding himself to high standards. Will he be able to live up to those expectations? We're going to be live trackside to find out. That's going to move us right along the list. Let's see if we can grab a word with a man in victory lane for the first time this season behind the wheel of that number 5 Fast F-150. Cody, man, how you feeling?
Good. That was an awesome win.
Well, awesome win, but we got to ask you, man, what's up with Saquon's hands, man? He should have caught that third down ball.
Oh, dude. It's the Discord emblem because I'm an Eagles fan, huh?
I gotta give you a little bit. You know
Come
what?
on, man. What is today? Today's Wednesday. We're at week 3. Let's get past it, please.
Well, man, I had to give you a little bit, man. I haven't had the opportunity to poke at you a whole lot this season, so I had to poke you when I got the chance. But man, how much of a benefit was it to have that first pit stall with that late race caution?
Oh, it was perfect. I'm not sure if Wiggins I don't know if he got it in his box a little bit too ahead or what, but I was kind of shocked coming out there because I thought I went ahead in my pit box, but luckily I landed it just right, and I managed to get out in front of him, and it worked out perfect.
Well, man, you notch a win on your belt here this season, kind of outside of the championship contention. So is it all about all about the trophies from here on out? How you feeling about road course racing next week? We got some short track action at Richmond coming up. Do you think you can get this Busch Light Apple machine back in victory lane before the end of season 10?
We'll see. I've had an extremely busy summer, so I missed a few races. So right now it's just for fun. I love racing with these guys, Snake River Racing, all them. Um, it's just right now, it's just for fun. Road course next week, we'll see. Richmond, I'm not the best at, but yeah, just fun from here on out.
Well, Cody, man, glad we could see you get to victory lane here tonight. We hope we get to talk to you again before the end of the season. So, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Maybe thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Absolutely. You, Dave, putting this on, and Snake River Racing, of course, Jake, Dan, Nick, we'll include Nick too. Um, all you guys, and Dave, of course, you.
Well, Cody, my man, pleasure to watch you grab this win here tonight. We're going to let you go. Stay safe, keep it fast, and fly, Eagles, fly.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave.
Well, there you have it, Eagles fan in victory lane. We're not going to bug them. We're not going to poke the bear any longer, man. Getting the job done. Hell of a run here tonight. Finishing it off under the lights. Going to celebrate with fireworks in the background. Champagne spraying in victory lane. The man gets it done here tonight. Cody Schultz in victory lane. All about the race wins. We'll see if he can get another. We've got road course action coming at you next week from Watkins Glen International Raceway, Richmond, and in capping off season 10 back down in Homestead. There is going to be a lot going on over the course of these next handful of weeks. We hope you join us week in and week out as we finish off just a great, iconic season for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Truck Series. You can hear the sounds in the background. You know it's time for us to run down official race results in the Mikimoto Show 170, walking away with the checkered flag for the first time here tonight behind the wheel of that Busch Light Apple number 5. The fast forward F-150 of Cody Schultz sits in victory lane. The Bucky's 45 of Christian Abati gonna walk away second when Alex Wiggins rounding out your podium here tonight. The shot top number 51 of Nick Burlow will slide home fourth, with Michael Overstreet finishing out your top 5. Sitting in sixth here tonight behind the wheel of the Busch for the Farmers Machine, Daniel Jensen gonna slide home 6th with Andrew McConville right behind him. 8th place for tonight belongs to the 38 of Zach Miller with a good wrench. Number 3 of Nicholas Wing in 9th. Jake Dofing gonna finish out your top 10. 404 of Dave Gage gonna pick up 11th with Patrick Coro back in 12th. The 89 of Jeffrey Engel finishing in 13th here tonight. Brian Tarnowski with Drummel gonna finish in 14th. Finishing out the 15 truck field here tonight for the Mikimoto Show 170, 574 of Matt West. That's gonna do it for your post show. We're gonna get ready to go. We got a flight to catch. We got a long way to go. We got an amazing road course to show you next week. Upstate New York gonna host race number 10 in season number 10. We've got a lot of things scheduled to make the one and only Visitor Road Course special. Hope you join us next week. But before you go, if you haven't already here tonight, make sure you show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop them a thumbs up before you head on out. Remember to join us in that continued push to 4,000 subscribers. Remember to drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself or anyone else back at the headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.